Hello YouTube, this is Jerome Oswald. Some of you may recognize me in the YouTube channel Bloodfinger. I'm interested in sharing my thoughts to YouTube about my success and wish to share with the world my many thanks. This is a rare opportunity for me, so I'd like to have the chance while I could. I'd like to thank YouTube for not deleting my channel. I'd like to thank my friends for helping me film when they can. I'd like to thank the developers at Bethesda for Fallout 4 and Skyrim. I'd like to thank the developers for Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption. I would also like to give a big thank you to my original camera operator, Jason Christensen, for helping me delve and dive into my Ghostface screen pranks. And also, a very, very big thank you goes out to the new CEO of YouTube, who's only trying to make YouTube safe for the rest of us creators and viewers. You're doing a fine job, people. Keep up the good work. Now, some of the people in the Commonwealth seem to believe that I am the Mechanist. And I do not believe at all that the Mechanist is truly dead. I believe that the original Mechanist may be hiding and has framed an innocent patsy while he goes on vacation. Nobody can find the one and remaining survivor, or alleged remaining survivor, who was seen leaving the Gunners Plaza in the Commonwealth. My thoughts are with the families of the victims of this phantom supervillain. I do have to say that I am highly concerned for the Mechanist's actions, but I am no longer the military man I once was. I happen to say that it's been an honor to serve my country while I could, even though it's turned into a complete hellhole now. I do not mind at all making sure that this interview will only be done at my office. Who is the Mechanist, you may ask? I wouldn't have any idea who, anyway. The Mechanist is a clever but calculated monster. With his robotic army, nothing seems to be out of place and nothing seems to be made as a mistake. The Mechanist appears to only seem to want to take control of the Commonwealth. Whoever is a threat to him may have severe consequences against him. I serve the Commonwealth well, providing its beverages, government, and beverage business. I may have managed to save all three of the most important things in my life. And that happens to be Nuka Corporation, creating far more advanced versions of Nuka-Cola the Commonwealth has ever created. My only hopes and dreams have now become a reality, every single one of them, and I'm extremely proud of its work. The Mechanist is a mass murderer. The Institute is doing everything they can, but they must govern the Commonwealth as best as they can. Also, it's highly suspected that the Mechanist may be someone among the Church of the Mechanist, or possibly somebody among the comic book lore. What I mean by that is that a crazed individual who is in fact in love with comic books has a very bleak and bizarre look into a comic book world that tries to copycat the comic book in his or her own image. This individual probably plans to just be a normal, average person. The Mechanist himself made me his priest, but I rarely do sermons there. That is something that has not been in full development yet. I want it to be a weapons manufacturer. The last person I knew who was a weapons manufacturer were the people before the bombs fell. There is no secret that the Mechanist himself is not dead, and is taking a vacation. So, let him take his vacation. He's never tried to harm me. He's never tried to harm the innocent civilians of the Commonwealth. The Minutemen are nothing more than a bunch of dangerous vigilantes. I've even had the mayor himself look into their vicious activities. The Institute is doing everything they can in their power to either stop the Mechanist or recruit the Mechanist. There really is no crime to be occurring. For some of you viewers that are probably concerned with the Mechanist's actions, I'm sure he's doing everything he can in his power to try to keep the innocent civilians of Diamond City and Good Neighbor alive. But when somebody gets in his way, I'm sure he won't think twice before killing them. Many of his weapons are his own design. This is a little present I picked up on my scavenging hunts and reinvented its armor with a nice fresh coat of paint, making it Institute only worthy. Some of you people may think of me and may think of the Mechanist as monsters. We are nothing more than just men trying to make it into the world. We love our planet, we love our country, and we love everything we do. It may be illegal now, but the Mechanist has full control over the Commonwealth. Otherwise, I would have had my Institute sins capture him already. For some people believe that this is a glorious day for the Mechanist and his work. I cannot imagine why anyone would don the costume and create such mischievous violence towards individuals. Criminals who have no past have no present, they say, but legends have no past nor present. And legends do not murder innocent people. Legends do not hunt down and kill raiders. Legends do not hunt down and kill assassination prey. Assassination victims, politicians such as that. Legends do not murder celebrities. Legends do not hunt down and kill without a particular reason. As part of the interview, I am going to give you guys a quick but brief tour of my company, Nuka World, which is also at one point used to be a theme park, but I turned a theme park into a growing industry of continual Nuka-Cola bottling plant and facility. I am picking up what John Caleb Bradburton had left behind, and has been an auto icon all throughout Nuka World. If none of you believe me, make a request inside the comment box, and I will make another video of this auto icon soon.
Things are boring as hell.
We do not have slaves in Nuka World. We have paid well-funded individuals operating all throughout Nuka World. There is nothing to be concerned about in the offices of Nuka World, nor the marketing business. And that is that. My secondary office lies here. I would sometimes bring my wife, Kate or Piper, to the office, but they rarely stay very long. Sometimes the Nuka-Cola, invented by its original owner, John Caleb Bradburton, I must say that the original formula created by its original creator, John Caleb Bradburton, it's still in the market, but very little. I'm still trying to get its original product, sadly but surely, outlawed all throughout the Commonwealth. I'm sorry, but nobody is allowed to go down in that elevator shaft. Because it's broken, that's why. I would do anything for the Commonwealth. I still to this day would like very much to get into weapons manufacturing. But with the growing population of the Mechanist, who's even quite popular with the children all throughout the Commonwealth, the Institute They don't. We can't even send a courser to go find the Mechanist because the Mechanist is only human. And on top of that, there is suspicion that the Mechanist may be more than one person. On several occasions, the Mechanist has been seen as a female-like figure, around 5 feet tall, with a very distinctive figure resembling of a woman, and many other occasions, a distinctive body figure of a man. But it's very difficult to say whether or not who exactly he is, because his face is covered. Actually, his entire body is hidden from the rest of the public view. His gloves help him hide his fingerprints. His mask helps him hide his true identity. And sadly, the Institute does not try to... Actually, there might have been a misunderstanding earlier. The Mechanist has not been captured by the Institute because the Institute has already, in fact, recruited the Mechanist. Yes, indeed. It's very sad and very frustrating, but it's true. The Mechanist has been recruited by the Institute. To ensure that the Mechanist has full power over the Commonwealth, he would need a raider gang in order to complete this accusation properly. The Mechanist has even targeted multiple of my synths, and has destroyed many of synths, which is why I had the Institute increase its production many years. 2 years ago, I did have the Institute increase production. It's very sad, and very limited on how and why the world is happening the way it is. Nuka World is not in charge of all the gangs. Nuka World does not even have any raider gangs present. Those dead body displays you see all over the area are nothing but mere Halloween decorations. After all, Halloween just passed recently, and some of the pranksters here decided not to take down their displays. I can assure you that there's nothing wrong going on in Nuka World. To the people of the Commonwealth, there's absolutely nothing at all wrong with my company. There's nothing wrong with the Institute. All the rumors are just rumors. Lies and conjecture wrapped around in riddles and in enigmas. Justice, sadly, is blind. But no serial killer has ever walked these lands other than the Mechanist. But he's more of a supervillain than he is a killer. He's robbed people. He's committed mass murder. He's committed serial murder. He has committed robbery, theft, identity theft, if you can believe that. He has even at one point impersonated one of my synths to gain full access all throughout the Institute. These are just guards, nothing to be afraid of. They guard the entire company.
That last one died too fast.
My guards tend to play pranks on people. When it comes to scaring people, trolling people, and pranking people, they are far too good at their jobs. Legend has it that Damien Manson of the Capital Wasteland walked the lands with his dog known as Dog Meat. Damien Manson. Legend has it that Damien Manson, aka the Antagonizer Killer, who massacred and bombed Megaton, massacred the Republic of Dave, massacred the Temple of the Union, and last but not least, murdered every resident in Girdershade, framing one of his residents for the murder spree he committed. Damien Manson was never apprehended nor brought to trial nor justice by the Brotherhood of Steel, because the Brotherhood of Steel and the Capital Wasteland were massacred and killed.
I'd love to see the look on Coulter's face after what you've done.
Nothing happened to Damien Manson that has ever been recorded in history.
It's about time someone with half a brain ran this show. Just don't mess it up.
And I have at one point met with Damien Manson himself. I cannot recall exactly where or why, but he came to me. He came to me. He was aging, old, and gray. He had just brought his son into his family business, Thierry. And Thierry Manson is the son of Damien Manson. Damien Manson happens to be one of the most infamous serial killers all throughout the Capital Wasteland. When there was no more supplies nor resources to find down and track down or purchase from all throughout the Commonwealth. There were no more resources in the capital wasteland, and the wasteland was nothing more than just an open field. Damien Manson at one point met with me underneath this train track here. He also met with the Mechanist himself. The Mechanist was kinda like guiding him, as if he was helping him walk his cane. He had brought his son with him, and his redhead. And he also brought his wife with him, who was once a redhead, but is now growing old and gray like he is. Damien Manson, if I must reenact it, came slowly walking out of the shadows like this when he greeted me. He stood on top of this car and spoke. He said these exact words to me. Jerome, I know who you are, but I'm not here to kill you nor fight you. I've come because I wanted to share my business, my weapons, and my supply with you. Next with me, who is standing right there, was the Mechanist himself, thus bringing the Mechanist into Nuka World. This was an incredible start. Standing next to this pillar was Thierry Manson himself, standing here where the green dot was. The Mechanist is in fact not dead. He is not dead at all. He is not dead. The Mechanist has simply faked his own death to try to take a vacation. To be honest with the rest of the world, I do not see how that could be avoided. As you can see, I have my hands full with thieves, but luckily for the Commonwealth and its new government, I finally have the okay to finally defend myself in any way possible. Remaining as their final resting place. Pre-war times became the end times for some of these people. I can't help but feel how truly sorry I am for the people of the Commonwealth, that they have to deal with such horrible, atrocious acts of violence in order to continuously survive through its existence. I would have loved to have heard the story again about the Grantchester mansion. We're about to see that soon. This would have been the one place I would have loved to have visited while it was still in its good However, I cannot express nor imagine how horrible things went for the Brotherhood of Steel as they were shot down and killed by their own robot. Yes. They were personally shot down by their own henchmen. It's truly sad and frustrating to see what happened to Nuka World. I would have loved to see it back in its heyday, before everything was destroyed. Another legend has it that Damian Manson himself had at one point disposed of a dead body in this very pond. That victim was none other than a New Vegas escort, who he kept her body in perfectly preserved refrigeration, freezing the entire body completely, and placed the pieces into this lake. That's the secret of the Commonwealth. You either kill or be killed. Free will is not an illusion. Free will should be open to the public. For everyone in the public. Retractable batons, retractable anything should be opened to the public. Non-citizen. Every single police-issued weapon should be released to the public. And in the Commonwealth it has. There are no laws. No shoes to kiss. No butt to kiss. Just the Institute, the Mechanist, and his loyal buttonmen and his robots. The Institute, however, seems to support him. I'm making a campaign where people will enjoy his company, and that is why still highly contagious with radiation. But the product still manages to find its way into the Nuka Cola machines. Unless you have right away, the beverage itself will remain here in the Commonwealth for the rest of its remaining days. This, however, concludes this interview, and I'm sure the Mechanist will return to the Commonwealth soon to kill more desirables, and will restore the peace and tranquility of the Commonwealth once and for all. This is Jerome Oswald, signing off.